Hello friends, today in this video we are going to discuss a recent judgment of Delhi High Court wherein we will discuss the facts of a relationship between the parties and we will see what is the judgment of the court. So I am discussing the facts of bail application number 2750/2025 Manish Kumar versus State through SHO PS Chitranjan Park. So I will first briefly discuss the facts of the case. Then I will go to the arguments, main arguments of the parties, and then we will see the analysis and the conclusion of the court. So applicant accused seeks anticipatory bail in FIR number 88/2025 at PS Chitranjan Park for offence under section 376. So he is seeking anticipatory bail. That means he is not arrested, and he is anticipating arrest. So he have moved court. So broadly speaking, prosecution case as unfolded through the FIR registered on the statement of prosecutrix is as follows. The prosecutrix, aged about 28 years, is an educated lady employed as a consultant and frequently travelling abroad. In her complaint, that prosecutrix alleged that in month of May-June 2019, so they came in touch in 2019 and this FIR is registered in 2025. So you can see that there is a long relationship of 6 years, right? While working on a project under Ministry of Women and Child, came in contact with accused. The applicant initially contacted her in relation with her work profile, and subsequently their professional relationship converted into their personal relationship and he started texting her. After some time, applicant was assigned another project, so he stopped visiting her office, but they continued texting each other and started meeting. Accused never disclosed that he was already married. Now this is very important. At that point, prosecutrix was aged about 23 years. In month of July 2019, applicant invited her to a hotel in Connaught Place for a casual outing and proposed her with a promise of committed relationship and expressed his desire to marry her within a year or two. The prosecutrix accepted the proposal as she liked him and they entered in a committed relationship. They continued meeting at various locations mentioned in the FIR. Later on, in second week of September 19, the applicant accused took prosecutrix to house of his friend, who was not at home, and they spent 2-3 hours there, during on which the promise to get married within a year or two. They indulged in a sexual relationship, after which he dropped her home. So the first time committed sexual intercourse in September 2019. Over a period of time, the relationship got stronger with frequent meetings in Delhi and frequent visits together outside Delhi as well. And they continued their sexual relation. In January 2020, when she was hospitalized, accused visited her and continued to support her. However, in January 2020, she started sensing something wrong in his behavior, as if he was concealing something. But their relationship continued. So, despite the fact that she has, started believing that there's something going on, she continued her relationship with him. Whenever he would receive a phone call from his wife in presence of prosecutrix, he would tell her that the lady calling is his ex-girlfriend. That also made prosecutrix feel uneasy, but she continued the relationship. From September 20, the applicant accused also started taking prosecutrix to his family home multiple times, where they would spend time alone. In October 20 also, they travelled outside Delhi, after which in November 20 he introduced to his cousins, but they did not mention about his marital status. In June 2021, She also met his parents. Thereafter, in December 2021 also, he took her to a New Year party at his sister's home where all the family members were present but did not indicate that he was married. In March 2021, the prosecutrix took him to her hometown in Uttarakhand and introduced him to her family. Across further period, also their relationship continued even after he shifted to a new apartment in year 2022. The prosecutrix would visit him often, and in the living room of that house they would consume liquor together while his parents would be in another room. So he is consuming liquor with that lady in his own house with his parents in the other room. Right, in the month of November 2021, on account of some bickering, applicant accused pushed her with force, due to which her head hit the wall, causing her severe head injury, but she did not lodge any complaint. Even thereafter, their relationship continued, and she would buy him expensive gifts, including high-end alcohol out of her meager salary. Even during visit out of Delhi at places like Agra, Goa, Nainital, expenses of both of them would be borne by the prosecutrix herself. So despite being physical violence with the girl is giving him gifts, going on trips with him, and in fact sponsoring the trips. Right, in September 2021, the prosecutrix expressed his desire to pursue her master's degree abroad, but applicant dissuaded her in name of getting married. But despite his resistance, she opted to give preference to her career and shifted to Dublin on scholarship. According to the prosecutrix, she discovered the deceit in December 2022 and January 23, when the accused applicant visited her in Dublin and convinced her to finance their Europe trip, which she did, and they traveled together to various destinations in Europe in January 2023 at her cost. It is during that trip on night of 4th of January 2023, when the accused applicant was drunk, she accessed his phone and discovered the picture and WhatsApp chat revealing that he was already married and dating other women. But she does not disclose him about the revelation from mobile phone, and they returned. On January 11, 2023, she confronted him with the marital status and told him about having seen the material in the phone, in response to which he slapped her, accusing her of violating her privacy. Even after the prosecutrix returned to Dublin, applicant would try to revive their relationship, but she refused. So you can see that in January 23, she came to know about the deceit fully. Even then she did not lodge the FIR. Ultimately, on 24th of April 2025, the prosecutrix lodged the complaint, which was registered as FIR. So now let us come to the parts of arguments raised on behalf of parties. On behalf of accused applicant, it is contended that FIR is based on an extraordinary long complaint. It is also argued that prosecutrix, being well-educated working lady traveling even abroad repeatedly in connection with her work, it is not believable that she would be so gullible as to enter into a long-time sexual relation with the accused applicant, blindly believing his promise to get married, which promise would be kept alive for so many years. It is also contended that since prosecutrix herself claimed that she visited the residence of applicant number of times, even met his parents, sister, cousins, it is not believable that on those visits across such long period, she would not have come across any material reflecting that applicant accused is a married man. Further, it is contended that in January 2020 itself, the prosecutrix claimed to have sensed something wrong, but she continued relationship with applicant, which clearly shows that it was a consensual relationship between the two. Even after the alleged revelation of marital status of the accused applicant in January 23, the prosecutrix did not lodge any complaint for more than 2 years, and according to the learned counsel for applicant, raises strong suspicion about the truthfulness of the FIR. And what does the counsel for prosecutrix says? He opposes the anticipatory bail application and contends that delays in lodging FIR cannot be a ground to reject the same. It is submitted by the counsel for the prosecutrix that since prosecutrix was residing abroad, she lodged the FIR soon after returning to India. Now let us come to the conclusion part. Considering the overall circumstances described above, the court finds that the substance and submission of learned counsel of applicant that prima facie it appears that it is a clear case of extramarital consensual relation between the applicant and the prosecutrix, and that it is not believable that across such long period of relationship, prosecutrix would have remained in dark about the marital status of the applicant accused. So the court is saying that despite the fact that she is going to his home, meeting his parents, cousins, sisters, everyone, and then she did not came to know that he is married man. The court said that prima facie it looks like that it is unbelievable. As regards the delay in lodging the FIR, merely because the prosecutrix was not in India, the delay cannot be explained. Noting nothing prevented the prosecutrix from lodging such complaint wherever she was residing in January 2023, when she came fully aware about the deceit, when the alleged fraud was revealed to her from mobile phone of the accused. Looking into the above described profile of the prosecutrix, it is also cannot be the case that she was scared to take action against the applicant accused in time. At this stage, I must be cautious, add a cautious rider that above observation are only for limited purpose of deciding the issue of liberty of the accused by ascertaining as to whether there is sufficient material connecting accused with the alleged offence. None of the above observations shall be kept in mind by the trial court at the outcome of the proceeding. I do not find any reason to deprive accused of liberty. The application is allowed and it is directed that in event of his arrest, applicant shall be released on bail subject to his furnishing a bond of 10,000. Right. So in this case, the court granted the anticipatory bail, saying that she could have lodged the FIR, when she came to know about it in January 2023, and the delay she cannot be explained in a proper manner by the prosecutrix. So I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.